Just want to check with Malcolm. Are we okay? Right. The reason why I have two mics is because actually three, right? Okay. Is because I'm going to record my own session, and with the permission of the organizer, it's going to be on the my YouTube channel. I'm the guy who is standing between your break and your stomach, basically. Okay. Right, so I promised to cut this short because I have a 6 o'clock appointment, which I need to leave early. That's why I requested the organizer to bring my presentation forward. It's going to take roughly 17 minutes. You can time me right now, if you want. Okay, you guys seems a bit serious today. Hopefully you guys can give me a friendly smile, because my topic is really about using social media with a human touch for business success. Can you guys say something like yes? Can you guys say something like yes? Can you give me some more energy? And don't take me seriously, is that cool? Okay, thank you very much. 17 minutes, so I've got 16 minutes left. Okay, I'm just gonna do this really fast. Okay, first thing you gotta understand is, I don't know how many of you actually done personality tests before. To deal with Facebook people or Twitter people, we somehow got to understand that we are dealing with real people. When you advertise, when you do your ads, you got to know how they speak. You got to know how they influence. You got to know whether they are a dominant personality or influential, or they are followers, or actually they are slaves. Okay? So, okay. Why is this moving? Right. So, basically, first thing you got to do is to understand there are personalities involved before you even market or advertise on Facebook. Is that cool? Yes. Can you give me a yes? Okay, thank you. Right. So you got to also understand that we are having 4 different generations currently using Facebook. Am I correct? Yes. Okay. I hope you guys are awake. Okay, I've got 15 more minutes. Okay. So you got to understand we have 4 different generations with different levels of participation online. The baby boomer being they are lesser engaged because of the sole factor that they are not so digital savvy, but not true for everyone. I'm just speaking generally. You guys understand this? Yes. Okay, cool. Next is Generation X, is the guys who grew up with Netscape and TMNet 1515 dial-up modem connection. Right? Okay, Netscape Navigator, and they grew up together with the internet during their teens. Okay, and Generation Y practically was somehow in parallel with the matured internet, which is what we call as Web 2.0 and Facebook and YouTube. And obviously my kids are Gen Z, which is 1 and 2 years old, below 10 years old, and they are practically online savvy from the day they were born. Okay, next. And why am I showing this slide is because if you go back to Facebook and you create an advertisement, you put the filter between the age of 21 to 33. Me being 33 is the last of the Mohicans of the Generation Y. I'm the oldest Generation Y standing here. Okay, according to some textbook, I may not be a Generation Y. I may be a Generation X. Okay, but what I'm trying to say here is we've got like the previous speaker said about we've got about 13 or 12 million Malaysians on Facebook. Close to about 7 million of us are actually Generation Y. So therefore we need to pay attention to this group of people. Agreed? Yes? Right, cool. So they are pretty much their manifesto and their Bible. We want freedom in everything that we do. From freedom of choice to freedom of expression. Okay? We love to customize, we love to scrutinize. Scrutinize meaning I Google you up, and then if I find out that this CEO is having an affair and doing a lot of hanky-panky, I won't work for you. Okay, we look for corporate integrity and openness. Wow, this CEO treats me like a baby and a small boy like that. You're not open enough to be equals and friendly enough with me. I don't want to work for you. Okay, right. We want entertainment and play in our world. You mean you guys don't have Facebook and YouTube in your corporate network? 10,000 or so, I don't want to work for you. Okay, right. And we are a collaboration and relationship generation. If your company is not exciting enough, not connecting with a lot of people, and now not using Facebook, allowing me to chat and stuff like that, I don't want to work for you. Okay? We are a generation of speed. We can what we call Google up a proposal which a baby boomer may take 3 days to come up with. But for us, Generation Y, how many of you Generation Y here? Between ladies, no need to raise up your hands because my wife told me don't ask a lady's age because I'll get rotten eggs and tomatoes. Right. May I see how many of you categorize yourself as Generation Y? Between 18 to 33, let's say. We are a generation of speed, meaning I can Google up a proposal for you or finish up the university assignment in 5 minutes. And I can innovate it on point number 8. And in 7 minutes, you get a finished A+ distinction assignment or proposal. You guys know what I'm talking about? You guys, some of you guys have done this in college. I'm pretty sure. Okay, right. So the slide, the importance of this slide is basically understanding Generation Y because they make up 7 million on Facebook, which is out of the 12 million. We are 60 or 70% on Facebook. How many Malaysians on Facebook shared by the previous speaker? What are demographics? I don't want to touch this. I'm just going to. Is that okay? Yes. Right. Okay. For me, social media is really about 4 things. Don't complicate matters. Okay. Social networks is one. Forums, blogs, and wikis. Every other thing is a derivative of these 4. We also need to understand human beings are very connected people. So you got to see the ad as something which connects everybody else or whatever which you're trying to do on social media. You don't do it as a number. You don't see it as a KPI. You don't see it as a performance indicator or statistics or ISO 9001 or whatever. You do it as everybody is somehow connected. If I can get this guy's friend may have similar interests. You guys getting this? Yes? Okay, cool. And this is a very interesting slide, not created by me. It's created by the Forrester Research. It's called Social Technographics Ladder. Okay, when people use online media or online channels, or like Facebook or Twitter, they basically can be broken down to 6 categories of level of participation. What I mean by that is, let's talk about creators. Creators is basically people who have blogs. They create original content and contribute back to the internet. Like they create new photos and original. They are the author of their digital content, like photographs, articles, and even videos. You guys get what I'm saying, right? Blog posts. Yes? Guys, come on. I need some energy back here. Yes. Right. Then the next one is critiques. Critiques is basically people who don't create original content but talk about other people's content, like, hey, your dress very sexy. Your baby very cute lah. Collectors are people who actually download stuff and consume at home and don't really talk about it online. Joiners are people who join Facebook with a username and password. Joiners are people join for the sake of joining. Normally these people are Gen X or baby boomers. You guys get what I'm saying, right? I've spoken to some very well-known dato who say, Vincent, I have Facebook, but my username and password is my daughter. Spectators are people who just see things, go to Facebook front page and observe what other people are doing, but never really join anything. Just read stuff, read blog posts and read news, and yeah, that's spectators lah. Yeah, spectators. Right. Inactives, those are the people who don't really want to touch technology. They are practically inactive online. No way you can get them unless through their family member who's online. You guys get what I'm saying? That's why we go back to this slide, 6 degrees of separation. You get the kids will tell my father-in-law through offline, get the news lah. You guys get what I'm saying, right? Yeah, okay, cool. Right, I want to touch further about social dynamics. Sorry, it's a bit disconnected from the previous slide. What I'm trying to show through this slide is very simple. If you have a fan page with 20,000 or 10,000 versus a fan page of 500, which one do you think has more credibility at that point? Just purely numbers alone. The one with the more numbers, right? You guys get what I'm saying? So social dynamics is a measurement whether it in some ways, not all the time, it goes together with the numbers. The more numbers you have online, let's say your Twitter followers, your Facebook fan members, then naturally you have more social dynamics and what the previous speakers I'm sure have mentioned, social currency. Still cool, guys? Okay, how much time do I have? Don't know. Nobody's keeping time. Cool. I can bluff my way through. Okay. So old school marketing flow is really about this. Advertise, wait for returns. It's high cost. Newspaper, TV, radio. You see, last time when the older business generation people, they put 2 million into print ads, then because of the money itself, it shows their credibility. Am I correct? Just because they have money. And then the small guys, like me, don't have money, we can't do much lah. Because we don't have money to show our credibility ma. We don't have power lah. But the new school, it's really about attention, like, trust, and buy. Positive attention first, it could be as simple as an ad which is not an ad. You guys understand what I'm saying? An advertisement on Facebook which is not an advertisement. It could be just talking about some cause. It could be like, I like to eat ice cream. Rather than, my brand is Javin's ice cream. Like me. So naturally you will actually click the first ad rather than the second, because social media is about social media. We have to take into account both sides of things. Cool? Yeah? Come on guys, yeah? I'm going to leave the stage soon. So give me some energy so that I feel good about myself after this presentation. Is that cool? Yes, guys. Thank you. Right. I'm not going to elaborate on that. It's practically this. It boils down to this. If you know how to get positive attention, you get the like, you get the like, you get the trust. Okay, I'm just going to illustrate this using a very simple story. It's like, assuming you're a guy, okay, let's do with the guy. If you want to get a girl in a pub or a bar, first thing, you got to get positive attention. You drive up there, you dress nicely, and then after that, you look gaya and stylo, right? Then the girl who's sitting there on the bar table and say, wow, this guy looks really handsome and gaya lah. Okay, that's the first attention. But what's the like? The like is like, if you're the guy, what do you need to do? Do you go up there and just straight away kiss the girl? No, right? You take time and you chat her up and say, at least, can I buy you a drink? At least you got the like, right? Then how do you get her to trust you? Okay, very simple. You do more things that she will like you about. It could be as simple as, actually, I have a family of 3. Let her know about your family, about your father and mother a little bit more, so that she feels more comfortable with you before she trusts you. And ultimately, let me extend that. You may want to slowly date her and give her movies, chocolates, and flowers. Trust. And ultimately, the buy phase is really about popping the ring and getting married with her. Ironically, I got my wife through Friendster. Seriously, I'm not kidding. We have happily married 5 years. I don't endorse this. But that's one way, okay? It's pretty much the same. You want to sell something, it's really not about selling, it's about humans and human touch. Right? You want something to go viral, talk about human beings. Talk about emotions. Don't talk about numbers. Like the previous speaker shared, once you go legal and numbers, that's it lah. Right? Cannot go viral because it doesn't touch the human heart. Right? So, I want to talk a little bit about conversion and lead generation through the human touch aspect. Okay? We have developed something called the Blue Tail model, which I don't have much time to explain. Basically, it's a model that builds relationship online. This is a website model, a marketing-centric web model. You use a blog to talk not only about your brand, but you talk about the people inside your company, the things you do in terms of the human events you do, the human interests you do, the human activities you do in your website. Right. That is the corporate web page content, which is the 5-page content. But you extend it with a blog. It's a social media, like I shared. There's the 4 things. Blog is a social media because you should show the human side of your company. Right. Apart from that, you may want something called a squeeze page. A squeeze page doesn't mean you squeeze the person. You do is you squeeze their contact information, at least an email or mobile phone, before it's pumped into a sequential autoresponder, which it automatically sends some top 10 tips on loving ice cream or dating a girl. Means you give them purely content, educating people about your products until they trust you enough before you send them to the payment page. Means sequential autoresponder, basically it could be it's an email where you have given them 10 tips on how to tackle a girl. Okay, at the end, the footer of the email is say, if you like what we are sharing for the past 10 tips, please go and sign up with us, payment page. You guys get what I'm saying, right? Yes? So it's a relationship building tool. Of course, you track that with analytics and all those stuff. Okay, so that's the Bluetail model. This Bluetail model is endorsed by the 4As, the Advertising Association Agency of Malaysia. 4As, how many of you use 4As? Just know if you're in advertising. Right, 4As, yeah? And of course, Institute of Marketing Malaysia as well. Okay, right. What is this recommended community marketing all about? It's about, okay, just now I was talking about how you should convert and build relationship, which is the like and trust part. But, yes, like and trust. Now we're talking about the attention phase. Remember these 4 phases which I talk about? Attention, like, trust, and buy? Okay, in this part, the conversion part handles the like, trust, buy. But this is where we talk about how to get attention, the first touch point with the prospect. Getting me, guys? Yes? Okay, so this is the entire model you guys should be building, hopefully, right? You need to have a good conversion model first before you send your leads into your website or your fan page, whatever. So when you build when you build a community around an interest, what if I start Vincent Cheng Business Network? Would you join it? Nobody in the right mind will join it. But when I start Malaysian Business Network, it's non-spammy, right? The 3 names, does it threaten you to buy something? Malaysian, you are Malaysian, business, do you do business? Networking, you like networking, join my fan page. That's how we got to 20,000 over, I think, 1.5, 2 years period. Okay? Of course, you can increase that by using advertising. Hope you guys are understanding what I'm trying to say here. Focus on the interest first. Focus on the human need first. Don't go and spam people straight with your brand name, Javins. No. Go and approach them and say, you guys are Malaysian, you guys are business people, come and network with us on our Facebook fan page. From then on, say that fan page is sponsored by Javins. Now you look like a hero, not a spam. You guys getting this, right? So that's how you should be doing social media, right? These are my recommended communities currently. Global Internet Marketing Network has close to about 24,000 fans. Malaysian Business Network about 20,000 fans. Malaysian Travel Network about 13,000 fans. Next Gen Parenting, because 3 years ago when my wife conceived my first daughter, I've got 2 girls, I was very freaked out, soon to be dad, because the only thing that was haunting me at that time was really about, hey, if my wife go into the labor room, shall I give her my hand when she's screaming in pain? You guys don't get it, huh? Means if I give her a hand when she's like, I'm laboring now, I'm delivering the baby, my hands will break. You guys get what I'm saying, right? So I actually instantly went out and said, hey, darling, I need to build a community of fathers and parents. I'm going to ask them a question and say, where do you put your hands when your wife is screaming in pain in labor? We built, at that point, about 2 years ago, Next Gen Parenting was only about 2,000 fans. When I messaged or when I sent out the question, 30 fathers came back to me and said, Vincent, no worries, just let her hold the iron bar. Okay? Right, so today, Next Gen Parenting is about, I think, about 13,000 fans. We've got close to about 20 international bloggers helping us out. Malaysian Business Network, we have about, I think, 13 Malaysian business professionals, from mobile to legal to accounts to HR, networking and blogging for us automatically while I'm standing here talking to you guys. Okay, so that is recommender community. We go for, so just one point, if you forget everything I said, go for interest first, not brand first. You may just want to jot that one point down. Forget about everything else I tell you. The moment you take care of people's interests first, your branding will follow in social media. Okay? So this is my contact information. And yeah, if you want to email me direct, it's at contact@javins.com. My website is www.javins.com. Channel, youtube.com/javins channel. And I've got a fan page, personal fan page. Means Vincent Cheng, the sincere online internet marketer or consultant. I've got 14,000 fans there. So please join us and have a conversation there as well. Thank you very much.